You ever get that feeling that to really find yourself, you first have to become someone else? I know, it sounds like a total paradox, right? But sometimes creating another persona isn't about hiding. It's actually about unlocking the person you were always meant to be. Let's dig into how that exact paradox comes to life for one person.
So let's explore this whole idea through the eyes of a man named Levon. I mean, just read that quote. He feels completely cornered, constantly getting pushed back by what the world expects of him. That one sentence just perfectly captures the insane pressure he's living under every single day.
All right, first things first, let's really unpack what it means to feel trapped by taking a look at the very specific pressures Levon is up against.
Levon's entire experience is shaped by what he calls a double judgment. Think about it. On one side, society often looks at black men and sees them as either invisible or a threat. Then on the other side, it stereotypes gay men as not being man enough. He's living right at the intersection of these two incredibly heavy, conflicting judgments.
And you can see how this plays out in his day-to-day life. It's a total minefield. For Levon, expressing even the most basic human emotions is a trap. If he's assertive, nope, he's aggressive. If he shows any vulnerability, he's seen as weak. And if he gets angry, he's immediately perceived as a threat. There's just no winning. There's no space for him to just be.
So how in the world do you cope when you feel completely boxed in like that? Well, sometimes, if you're trapped in a box, you gotta create your own key.
And for Levon, that key was found by embracing this whole other side of himself, a flamboyant, theatrical, and just wonderfully over-the-top persona. And in this other self, he found a space where he could finally feel free, alive, and, weirdly enough, more like his true self than ever before.
Now, as he's navigating all of this, he finds this incredible source of guidance and support. He has these really sharp, insightful conversations with a woman named Shanelika.
Okay, but here's the twist. Get this, Shanelika isn't some other person in the room with him. She is that flamboyant theatrical persona. She is the key he created. He's talking to a part of himself that he's given a name, a voice, a whole identity. And this just brings us right to the heart of what we're talking about today. Why would someone need to do that? Why create an alter ego? What's the real psychological purpose it's serving?
Let's get into the psychological blueprint here and see how this all works. Because creating other selves can be a really powerful shield, especially when you're dealing with trauma.
You know, in the most extreme cases, often stemming from really severe childhood trauma, the mind can literally fracture itself to survive. This is known as dissociative identity disorder, or DID. It's where these distinct identities, called alters, emerge as this profound coping mechanism. It's about survival. And it's so important to understand that DID isn't just about having different personalities. It's way more complex. It involves huge disruptions, major gaps in memory, a feeling of being detached from your own body, and just this deep, deep confusion about who you even are. It's a serious survival strategy. But, and this is a really crucial distinction, this is different from what we're seeing with Levon. See, not all alter egos come from DID. Something called an empowerment alter ego, like Shanelika, is a different beast. It's usually a conscious creation. Its job isn't just survival, it's about empowerment, expression. It's a tool to navigate a world that doesn't make space for you. And the key difference? The person is totally aware of it.
And the layers here are just incredible. In this fascinating twist, Shanelika, who is herself an alter ego, reveals that she has an alter ego. A tall, red-haired man she uses to move through certain spaces and challenge people's expectations. It just goes to show you how powerful a tool this can be.
But look, creating these separate selves to cope is only half the story. The real goal, the end game, is integration. It's the journey of bringing all of these complicated, beautiful parts of yourself together into one whole person. Psychologists have a name for this process: shadow work. It's basically the journey of turning towards the parts of you that you've hidden away or suppressed. It starts with self-reflection, then acknowledging those parts, accepting them without judgment, and finally, integrating them into who you are. So, for someone like Levon, this journey isn't just an idea, it's about taking real, concrete actions. It means finding a community that sees and accepts all of him. It means using creative outlets, like writing his story, to make sense of it all. It means actively fighting back against prejudice, and at the end of the day, learning to love and accept every single part of his identity, including Shanelika. And this is the core piece of advice that Shanelika gives Levon. And it's really the ultimate takeaway for all of us. The very things that cause you setbacks, the judgments, the prejudice, the parts of yourself you feel like you have to hide, those can be transformed into the source of your greatest comeback story.
And so, Lavon's journey really leaves us with this final thought. His story is such a powerful reminder that we all have these different parts of ourselves, these different voices inside of us. The real question is, are we listening? What parts of yourself are just waiting to be heard?